go. Hi, everyone. Today, we are talking about Notion and productivity with Carmelo and Anna, who will appear soon because she's experienced some technical problems. But well, we all know technology, right? It can happen. So, meanwhile, we just get to know our first expert, right, Carmelo? Thank you for joining us today. So, tell us a little bit of yourself and let us know how, why Notion AI become your sidekick.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, for having me. It's always nice. I am always very happy to share about productivity and organization. And when it comes for Notion, it's just love at first sight. So thank you so much, Shai, and you, of course, for having me. Yeah, Notion basically it came to entered my life since university. Like I think everybody will resonate. Everybody has been studying, and it was at first more like a notebook with let's say doped, so with superpower. And then after that I was like, okay, maybe I can actually use it for many other purposes, and I just got out of my hands, to be honest. I lose control over it. Notion literally entered in my life in every single aspect. And then like surprisingly enough, it was very nice to see that during my first job experience, they were using Notion as their company OS. So
Mhm.
for me it was like, oh my god, can't wait. So yeah, a
It's a
lot of
destiny, no?
yeah,
And
destiny,
now look,
exactly.
you're teaching about Notion AI. So
Exactly. Now with the advent of AI and Notion, thanks God, like they're always super on it in terms of innovation. Like, I mean, if you follow them guys on LinkedIn, it's crazy the amount of releases that they just push like every day. And with AI, they just did a marvelous job, and we're gonna discover more during today's session, definitely.
yeah, I agree. I think like why like there is a lot of right project management systems, but what I love about Notion AI is just like it's so slick. There is like nothing extra, because like there are so many, but they sometimes give me an anxiety because like either they're too colorful or there is like so many functions, and I'm just like, no, I can't. I need something very like, because when it comes to work, right, you need something more like, I don't know, strict and serious. And for me it's just like perfect. And as you said, every time all the Notion AI features that they are releasing is just mind blowing,
Yeah,
uh,
no, 100%
helpful.
agree.
Yeah. So let's tell me, what is your, well, first of all, what is your, like, what would be your first page which you open every morning, either at work or in your personal life?
Yeah, I mean,
In
like
Notion.
Notion.
In
Okay,
Notion.
okay, okay. Well, I
I
will
know
start.
it's Instagram, but no.
No, it's actually the weather. It's actually
Oh,
the weather
really?
because yeah, because it does. If there is sun, some most of the time it's not true that it's not gonna rain or like it's gonna be cold. So actually, it's the weather. But on Ocean, it's definitely my homepage. So
Uh-huh.
fun fact about the homepage, they just recently released the homepage for real. Like it was more or less 6 or 7 months ago, something like that. It was weird because Notion at the time was just having like a white blank page for you. And
Mhm.
since then, I was like, okay, I'm too used to the browser experience where you have like at least a bar where to type. Before Notion AI, without AI, there was no need for having a bar. So I created my own, let's say, homepage where I have all my bookmarks, all my, let's say, my second brain is there. And now, thanks God, they also release a Notion AI block that is also included in my homepage that every morning gives me like a brief to-do list recap of what I'm gonna do based on the tasks that are already in my database. So yeah, my homepage is of course my first page
My
that I
first
have.
page in the morning, like, what I have to do today?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, meanwhile, I also want people who is joining us also leave in the comment where are they joining from, and also how do you feel about Notion AI? Do you feel like you're ready for this, or you are like feel nervous, or you're feeling curious? And Anna is joining us. Well,
Hello.
this is our second expert. She had some technical problems, but everything now is solved. And yeah, Anna. Now, since Carmelo already talked about herself, no, himself. So we give you time to speak. So tell us a little bit about yourself, and also tell us when your journey with Notion in general start, right? How it what when you feel like, oh yes, that's my tool. That's where I want to work.
Hmm. Well, hello everyone, and thanks for inviting me here today. My name is Anna Cuixart, and I'm a Notion consultant for startups and digital agencies. And what I basically do is I build custom systems with Notion so you can manage your whole team and business in peace from one single place. And I would say that in my case specific, I discovered Notion and I fell in love with it back in 2020. Um, Basically, because I had to get all my life together, and Notion was like the perfect app for it.
Yeah, we will just discuss it. So it was just something that really, like, I don't know, so easy to use also and user friendly. So it's just from so many project management tools that I tried, is one of the best for me. Okay, guys, what is one tiny Notion AI trick that wowed you, that you have been impressed? One tiny thing. Okay, Anna, ladies first.
For me, I'd say the image to text translation, because that saves you like so much time. Well, it saves me so much time that you can like switch from a PDF or from an image and just get the text automatically and translate it. It's like, okay, that's quick.
Yeah, that's useful. Carmelo?
To me, there was one part that has been always like Narnia in Notion is Notion formulas, and now finally Notion integrated Notion AI in formulas, so you can finally type your thoughts, and Notion AI will translate to Notion own self language. So it's great. I literally spent 2 weeks working and playing around that part because it was the only part that was like, look, it's too complicated even for me that I'm an expert in this field, but now that we can finally speak the same language, is definitely easier.
You learn the language. You don't need a translator anymore, right? Okay. For me personally, I mean, I love the like research mode, right? That because it like allows you to really look at all of your like summarize on some topics, everything what you know about specific topic. But what I love, and I think this is very useful, especially when you work on international teams, then you like can instantly translate it and not don't get out from your workspace, right? So you translate the document, even if it's not ideal, at least if your English is not your first language, right? So I mean, it's getting better for sure, right? You remember Google Translate? It was terrible. Now it's doing a
Yeah.
pretty decent job. I mean, not perfect, but yeah. So for me, I think it's a lifesaver if you have a big team and very international. I think it's really useful not to get, like, oh, I need to copy and get like pasted in another like ChatGPT or whatever you're using it, right? So it's like a useful mini trick. But if we talk about the big stuff, yeah, research or formulas, as you said, that's something that really help the job. Okay, so as you know, or if you don't know, our expert webinar series, we are creating our AI squad nicknames. So you are joining our AI squad. So before we have Vanessa and Alexandra, they are our co-creators for the course in interior design and architecture. And so we had Design Sensei and Memory Crafter. So this is their names. Now we're gonna come up for your names. So I will give a little bit of backstory for the audience as well. So practically, I collected your professional background, everything what you achieve and everything what you know. But I also ask you to share with me some interesting and fun facts. And then Of course, I use ChatGPT to help me to combine these two things and come up with the free nickname for you. So we're gonna listen it right now. You're gonna choose the one which you feel like more to you. I'm gonna say which I like more, and I also let the audience choose and also guess why it comes with this name. Okay. Okay, Anna. So, according to ChatGPT and everything it knows about you, don't worry, I didn't give too much confidential information, everything which is available on the website. So, your free nicknames. Let me, this name is going to be difficult to pronounce, but I hope I will pronounce it correctly. Uh, Gridiron of Blocks.
Okay.
It's something with the football related. So that's like I was just
Okay.
thinking, yeah. So I was just like, okay, well,
Keep it on the
uh,
rabbit,
a
definitely.
football of blocks, something like this. The next one is going to be better. Then we have a lore crafter of workflows and kombucha kanban. Well, probably the first one you're not going to choose because nobody understands this. My pronunciation didn't work. So, gridiron of blocks, lore crafter of workflows, and kombucha kanban.
I have to choose, right?
Of course, it's your
I
name.
would I would say the second one. Like it sounds like an epic nickname just for what we do. So yeah, I love it.
Me too. I choose it. However, kombucha kanban sounds very easy to remember. It's like, oh, I'm a
Yeah.
kombucha PK or something. But yeah, for you, I also thought about lore crafter workflows. Yeah, it's something like, as you said, epic. Okay, Carmelo, you're the next one. So for you, we have GTM Tetris, Launch Sushi, and we have a Flow Freestyler.
Ooh. When you mix my personal, professional interest all together and I cannot choose, um, I feel GTM Tetris is definitely my favorite one. Yeah, 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 yeah. GTM Tetris.
I
Yeah,
would
good
choose it for you.
choices, but
Yeah.
thank you.
But Flow Freestyler sounds also cool. I think like
Yeah,
a kombucha kanban in freestyle, like the Flow Freestyle, they are more like, cooler, but the other is more up to you, like kind of
yeah.
feels.
We're at the end of the day, we are people who love to be structured. So I think, yeah, we
Especially
want to
you.
have fun, but not for the entire.
Okay, cool. So now we know. So now in our team, we have Design Sensei, Memory Crafter, we have Law Crafter of Workflows, and we have GA Team Tetris. So our team is growing. This is going to be your name on the website. Okay, so let's talk about now about AI in general, right? About the whole journey, about Notion. So the first thing, so before we would talk about like a little function which you really enjoy from Notion AI. Now let's talk about your favorite workflow which really saves your time. Right. So what is going to be like your workflow which you're using maybe recently or all of your time. So like really saves the time and like I don't know, you saves hours to enjoy kombucha and putting your clothes in order to spending time for this. Okay, Carmelo, what is your go-to workflow?
Yeah, definitely. It's linked to automation and buttons. So since they have been introducing the fact that you can automate automatic tasks, repetitive tasks, I mean, this is why technology comes at the end to help us. Definitely preparing weekly meetings or meetings that are recurring. And so I always store all my meetings. For the context, I'm a marketing manager in my professional life, and I also run a team, but also coordinate go-to-market meetings. So most of the time, my stakeholders are even the same. So we have an history behind my previous meetings, etc. So it's very nice to see how you can retrieve information very quickly because everything is in in one stage. And like I block my time just now to read the recap that I need to let's say know and study before the meeting, while before I was need to basically block double of the time because I had to actually collect, summarize, read, understand, remembering, and everything. So now I don't want my words to be mistaken. I'm saying like I still am part of those meetings. So it's mostly one-to-ones. And since I manage a huge cross-functional squad, it's like very difficult to have everything together. But I was part of those meetings. So definitely I remember things. But the fact that my to-do and my next action are automatically generated 15 minutes before my meetings, that is always in the same time, and you just open your Notion page, you just are there 15 minutes, and you have like the superpower of knowing everything in the exact same way, in the exact same moment that you need that. That's beautiful. Like, yeah, probably I spent 1 or 2 hours setting up everything, but then I don't know, like I save it immediately after the two meetings, like I've been
Exactly. No. This is something like, yeah, you need the time to set things up with anything, right? Automation agents or AI, which you're using, you have to spend a little bit of time. But once you actually learn from the beginning and from the core,
yeah,
you got to this.
yeah.
Okay. Hannah, what is your one?
I would say that for me, it helps me on the thing that's more like time consuming on my business, which is onboarding a new client.
Mhm.
Because of the work that I do, which is like actually build custom systems, it's not a one offer for everyone else. So it's not fully automated. It really depends on what's that team or that agency in what stage they are in, like what's their team and their current workflows and everything else. So before it took me like so much time to do the calls, gather all the requirements, exchange like a bunch of emails, do the calls, and then write the whole proposal and the back and forth. So now just with a combination of all of the discovery calls or initial kickoff calls, I have AI meeting notes automated in there, and I save that information and I combine it with. They're usually like if it's someone that already knows Notion or already it's like deep in pain, it's like here's a list of everything I need. Like, can I send it to you and you do your magic? So usually this looks like a random PDF or a screenshot of something in a whiteboard. It's like super random. And I used to spend a lot of time trying to like merge all of this information together. So now it's like I have a super quick summary automated from the meeting notes. I can translate those PDFs or images into text. I just bring that together, and then it takes me so much, like in less than 1 hour, I have the full proposal fully customized for them. And it works the same. It's not as ChatGPT or Notion AI does the whole process for me. It's like it works as my little minion to be like, here's information you need to add into the proposal. And it's like, okay, thank you. Now I can write the proposal with my words, but all of the technical stuff, or this is what's included, this is what's not, this is the structure we've been discussing and everything else. For these long projects, this saves like, it goes from like 4 or 5 hours to less than 1 hour. So it was like life-changing, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds like after explanation, how like I mean, from 4 hours to one. That's something that is really help us to to reduce these mundane and routine tasks that it's
Hmm.
sometimes just like you want to cry when you're doing them. You're like, I cannot do this anymore. Like, please. Which you started the subject that I wanted to cover. So like you in your work using Notion AI or using like just AI in general, right? What is your like a line when you say this is what
Mhm.
I do and this is what AI do? Like where you distinguish this line, right? For in your work.
Hmm. For me, I would say that I always treat AI like my assistant or my minion. It's not AI telling me how to do things or like, it's more about, okay, me as an expert, here's what I want to do and here's how I want to do it. However, if I do this manually by myself, it's going to take 5 hours. So we can split the job. It's like, I'm going to write this, but everything that's technical, as in build this specific thing or translate these 5 pages from English to French, that AI does it for me. So it's about the mundane manual stuff that doesn't require any thinking or any like creativity or judgment. That's what I like delegate to AI.
Okay.
Yeah, I completely agree, Anna. Like, I basically have the same approach. For me, it's more because I would say in the business field, like where I've been used to is like a lot of processes are internal and like it's always repetitive things at the end of the day. My vision on AI is not like they're gonna replace workers. They should be helped to be using our time and our knowledge and the year of studies and experience that we have just to contribute more and more. And I have my mantra that says, if you're doing things twice, there is a way to automatize. It means that, like, if you, at the moment in which you are repeating one thing again for the second time, like, you need to stop probably and think, okay, wait, how long? It takes only 2 minutes. Yeah, but 2 minutes times 365 days, it's a lot of hours. Okay. So it's better to automate everything as much as you can. So I definitely focus myself on designing the process, and then I allocate a bit, and actually knowing how the automation in Notion works can be like designing process and being compatible with that to be like actually love and yeah,
Click.
basically, yeah,
Love.
exactly. Exactly. So basically, yeah, I just make them do what I don't should what I shouldn't do, like focus on running a meeting effectively, not on collecting things and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
automation.
Yeah, human in the loop, right? Always, no matter what. Okay. What is your failure story with AI? Something that your AI failed you completely, like destroy you.
For me, it's not like a super huge thing, but it's like on the mundane things. One of the amazing features of, well, no, not fully, because like the AI I mostly use, it's like either asking things to ChatGPT, which can also be frustrating,
Yeah.
or using it inside Notion. But on both case scenarios, whenever I have a clear and rather complex definition of what I'm trying to search for or build or summarize, that's when AI doesn't work for me. Mostly probably because I don't know how to prompt
Correct.
specifically for that specific purpose.
Mhm.
Like I'm sure it's like also on my side, but that's the point where it gets so frustrating. And it's like, okay, let's divide the whole not task but thing that I was looking for, and let's talk to a 5-year-old and be like, first do this and then do that and then do that. Because if not, like either for building databases with Notion AI, or for example, now we're planning for a trip, and it's like, can you find like this kind of trips, or like how like we want to go for a run, we want to do like different hikes, and it's giving you like all the information you're not looking for, and it's like, okay, I forgot to mention it has to be this length from this spot, and it's like so I think it really depends on like prompting. So for me, for the point when you reach the point that it's longer the time that you're spending on writing a full prompt instead of finding the information, that's like, okay, we don't need AI for that, or we need to split it and approach it like differently.
Okay. So your
Yeah,
failure was this, no?
Yes.
You didn't get what you want because you didn't prompt it well. Okay, Carmelo.
I hope nothing bad gonna happen your next trip because of a bad prompting.
But ChatGPT
Hopefully.
gonna recommend you to go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. No, to me it's actually very close to that. Like I mean, it was I was trying, because I'm a huge fan of templates, because basically they are the base in order to then standardize and automatize, of course. And basically I was building these templates to work with Notion AI blocks, but the block before was dependent, sorry, the block after was dependent on the block before. And I don't know why, like, even if I tried, when like I was trying the process myself, it was working. Then after like 1 week, I guess the algorithm got an update, and of course you don't let, like, they don't tell you about that. And when I was about to roll out this new process inside the company, like, everything falls apart, because like the first answer was not what I was expecting anymore. And so I was like, no, why? Like, and so I feel that it was a huge loss of time. Definitely, it was a huge learning, because it means like, okay, now for example, I don't know if you see it, but like with ChatGPT 5, I somehow prefer ChatGPT 3.
Okay.
ChatGPT 5 sometimes really I don't like how he answered
Okay.
to me, he or they, whatever.
It's
But yeah, so yeah, definitely the lesson here for me was okay, do not make that much of a big bet on things that might like where you are delegating the control and the quality to the AI, because at that point probably it was not ready. Maybe I will try again in another place, in another company, or in another process. But at that moment it was maybe too much complexity that I was thinking like, yeah, let's do it. And nope.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. Yeah, do not trust it completely. So like no matter what you do, even if you think it's a small task, better to be 100% sure that everything is working. And it's like you always have to check everything what you're doing. Like no
Yeah.
matter Notion, even when you are not doing from the image to text, right? You should check. Maybe it translates some
No,
word
no, we do.
not that really good. Okay, cool. So um we have the absolutely exciting news, right? So your course is actually already live on our platform. And I think, yes, after working several months, we did it. And absolutely amazing. So there you can actually see in details all the processes, all the main core AI features to start with and how to work with them efficiently. But Carmelo and Anna today decided to give you a little bit of sneak peek to the course. And already, so after this workshop or like this demo, you already left with a little bit of knowledge of how to use AI. So in Notion, obviously. Okay, I now let you the scene. So guys, I'm disappearing for 15 minutes and let you lead.
Yeah, just before starting sharing, was nice for us to tell a bit more about the course, how we thought it, and also why we think like Notion and Notion AI could really help you as a personal self at work, in your business, everywhere. So yeah, definitely Notion, as we both said already, has been changing our life in one way or in another. But definitely since the advent of Notion AI, these possibilities are just booming and becoming more and more. We tried with Anna to collect a few of like, I mean, the most important one, definitely functionalities and the way you can use it in our course that very soon Anna will show you a sneak peek. In the meantime, is just important to know that Notion is free for everybody to download. Unfortunately, if you want to become saving time, it's quality time and money. It's always the holy triangle. So in that case, if you really want to enjoy all the features and availability that Notion AI will give you, it's definitely worth, and like from the bottom of our heart, we suggest you to really update to the premium plan that's including Notion AI in the subscription. It's very worth it. Like if you're wondering why you should do it, if you're already paying for ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity, well, news, you have it included inside Notion already. You will see it inside the course, how you can leverage it as well. But definitely it can automatically replace the ChatGPT only subscription that you have, that already it's 20 something, and Notion for just a person is more or less around that price. So for literally €3 more, I guess, or not even, I think it's almost the same price. They did it, of course, on purpose to make it even more accessible for everybody. You really get the most powerful tool for literally your life, from grocery shopping, tracking, finance, workouts, trip planning, to running a company, running an agency, onboarding clients. Literally possibilities are endless. Your creativity is your limit. So yeah, if you were wondering if you needed a sign, this is the sign. We build a great course for you to start already with a great base and fundamentals. And yeah, Notion AI is definitely the way to go. And now I'm leaving the floor to Anna and the demo.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you, Carmelo. As we were seeing, we've been thinking about, okay, what are the, not only what are the features that we love the most and that for sure you're going to take the most advantage of, but what are some specific use cases that you can use those features on your day-to-day basis? Because I think that one of the number one questions asked about Notion AI, it's like, yeah, I know it can do like amazing things, but what do you use it for? Like me as a human being, give me like a real life example or something like that. So the full course, it's like composed by a different small, like very practical use cases. You just watch the video, it's like super short, and then you jump inside your app, you try it. And if you have like any questions, of course, you can just go to the community and ask them. But as in for today, we're thinking like, okay, from everything that we have taught in there, what's one example that we can share with everyone, no matter if you're using Notion for your personal site or your business or just to try it out? So we decided to start showing you how to use Notion AI meeting notes, as is the thing that anyone can use. And it's the simplest that you will see. Takes like no brainer to start using. So let me share the screen and let's see if technology doesn't crashes today. Okay, can you see it properly?
Yes.
Perfect. So, of course, in order to run this, you need to have AI inside your plan. Because like, as Carmelo said, there's like 4 different plans in Notion. It's like the free one, the plus, if you're working with a team. And then you have the 2 bigger ones, which is the business, I think it's called, and then the enterprise. So this works with both the business or the enterprise. And to use AI meeting notes, which is the most simplest thing, but it's going to save you a ton of time, and you can just fully focus on your client calls or meeting calls. You just go anywhere inside your workspace, but like anywhere, and you just type /AI, and you will see that it says like, okay, AI blocks to do like magic things and stuff, but you can also check the AI meeting notes, and you will see that we have a new block like this one, super intuitive to use. So then the only thing that you need to do is, first of all, let's check in which specific language are you going to have this call, because maybe it depends on the team or the client. We just go in here, select English in this case, and then you just click start transcribing. And I haven't said, but specifically for AI meeting notes, you need to use the desktop app from Notion, as it's going to record the voice from your computer. I'm going to show you how. But the user experience is you just click this, select the language, and then literally just click start transcribing. And from here, the only thing you need to do is fully focus on your call, start talking with your teammates or with your client, and forget about the rest. And you will see that as soon as you do this, you will see these voice sound lines moving. And this is the sign that the call is actually being correctly recorded. And the way that the magic behind this, the way the Notion AI meeting notes are recorded, is the only thing that's doing is it's recording the audio from the microphone on your computer. And that's amazing because you don't have to embed Notion to Zoom, or embed it to, I don't know, other stuff, or like Google Meets. You just click start, no matter like where you're having your calls, and this is going to pick up your microphone. So for me, that's magic, because if not, we're always struggling to like embed some things or like invite Fathom to your calls, and then you forget about it and you have to pause it, and it takes like a few times from your calls. So imagine that we're on a client call and you're doing imagine you're a web designer and you're doing a review with one of your clients. So you just go through the whole call, and most importantly, or at least this is what I do for my calls as well, at the end of the call, you go like, okay, as a summary, this is what I need to be doing for the next day, and this is what you need to be doing as a whole. Let's make sure that everyone understood who's on what specific party is on which plate. And then as soon as and while you're on the call, you also have the option in here, you will see notes, to go in here and start typing in case you want to add something important and you don't want to forget it. But for me, don't do it. Like, the whole purpose of it is that you don't have to be doing that. So then as soon as your call is finished, you just go in here and click stop. And this is going to start. It's going to be very weird right now because this is like just a demo. But Notion AI, it's going to start thinking, and it's going to transcribe the whole call and then summarize it automatically. So as you can see, while it thinks, we're going to have 3 different tabs. So on the first tab, we're going to have a full summary of everything that has been discussed during the call. Then we have another tab with the notes that we have manually taken. And then we have the full transcript of what we have been discussing. And that for me is amazing. Well, no, besides having it inside here, like inside Notion with everything else that I'm going to show you in a second, like why this is important. But you already have the summary, you have all of the notes. And what this is going to do is, first of all, like summarize it as in, this is the purpose of this meeting. These are like the top things that were being discussed. And in here, it doesn't say it because it's a demo, but it's also going to say, okay, these are the to-do lists that came out from this call. Like, you need to do this and he needs to do that. But besides having the summary, another amazing thing for me is that you already have the full transcript. So maybe this is like a check-in call with a client that you don't need to, but if you're recording like a webinar that you like, imagine that right now I was transcribing this webinar. You just have 2 hours, 1 hour of like spoken content that you just take that, feed it inside ChatGPT, inside Notion, turn this or help me turn this into like a post for my newsletter or transform this into 5 different posts for LinkedIn. Like you have all the data for there. And the only thing that you did was speak and be there and be present with like whatever you were doing that moment. So this looks very, like the context of this looks very weird, but let me show you here just a quick example. So this is what an actual call would look like. Like, okay, the purpose of this meeting, what were like the key points that were discussed, and these are like the action points that I was saying. So of course, this is not like this is fully connected with your task management system and it's like super complex. It's a quick to-do list that afterwards you can go back to that call and be like, okay, did you do this? Yes, yes. Okay, we're done. We can focus on the next call. So it's super intuitive and very simple to use. And another amazing thing is that also to show you like a little bit different stuff from Notion AI. Okay, imagine this is one call with one client, but you have multiple clients, multiple teams, and that can be confusing. You have this little guy in here, which is called the, well, Notion AI. It has a name, I forgot about it, but you know, like the little minion, I call it. And you can just open it and do whatever you want with it. You can ask him questions. You can, as I was saying, upload pictures and translate them, create resumes, like you can do whatever you want. But imagine that you're with this call with this client on the next week, and it's like, oh, I forgot to check it beforehand. Like, what were the steps that we discussed? Or like, did I forget to do something about it? So you just go in here and very like discreetly, you just ask like the AI, like, hey, what were the specific tasks from the last call? Because I completely forgot. So you just ask him and it's going to go find him. Imagine that this is not open, like we're doing something else. And it's going to be like, okay, these were the 3 things that were pending to do, or like whatever you want. So there are so many small things and steps that you can do super quick to like not have to look for because for all of the client calls that I've been doing for all these years, one of the major pain points from teams or businesses using Notion is there's a ton of information on the workspace. It's a mess to find it if it's not organized, or you know, like we have many clients, etc. So asking quick questions to Notion AI or doing some complex prompts to Notion AI to find that information, that's magical. And another thing that I want to teach you as well is, besides, because this is like, okay, this is one isolated use case from manual from using AI meeting notes, but as I think you, Carmelo, were saying that, the cool thing is using templates, and not templates from the template gallery, which of course they are like super useful, but from your own workspace, you can create your own specific, I call it internal Notion templates. So then every time you have all of your meetings gathered in one place, because then everything has its own space. You just create a new meeting and you have your own customized whatever you need for your specific meetings. Okay, this is the structure that we're going to do for this stuff. These are the tasks to make sure that we keep track of them. And you already have an AI meeting blocks in here. So you have the call, you create a new meeting, you start transcribing, you focus on the call, and that's it. And that takes like 0 amount of effort, and then the call is automatically saved in here. So for me, this is the big difference, because another pain point that I see a lot from clients is we have everything in Notion, but then we use Fathom, or we use another, which is like, we've all done that. Is there a way to like automatically connect the Fathom information inside Notion? Is there a way to like automatize that? And I'm like, except the part that those other apps also recollect the video, which usually you're not going to see a 2-hour long call video. You just want the final summary and steps. Just use Notion AI, and then you have the same thing, but already hidden in there, and everything is automatic and you forget about it. So just to show you that something as simple as taking notes, meeting notes automatically, it's super easy to use, and it saves you a ton of hours and time. So imagine if you use like the whole potential of it, and you create a report. It's Friday every week. Create a report of all of the updates for this week for everyone, what project they're working with, where are we late, and what's the margin that we have in order to send it to the stakeholders. And then, of course, you review that information and you fine-tune it and everything else, but you're not spending 4 hours sitting in there, going through the whole workspace and getting overwhelmed to like just create one report. So yeah, just wanted to show you a couple of examples to see like, you don't need to be an expert on AI. You don't need to be like nothing about AI. It's super, like, a great thing that Notion does is it makes it very intuitive once you understand the language, and like the combinations are endless, depending on like what are your specific needs.
Thank you so much. And I wanted just to add a couple of things that came out in my mind. First, now it's also available for meeting notes to export the audio. So for people who really wanted to like just have the audio for other reasons or just the transcript, like they really can access that part. So you know, I'm imaging, as you said, like reusing the audio for I don't know TikTok contents, Instagram, whatever. So definitely LinkedIn, why not? And also like this is also included, like meeting notes is part of the AI kit, so it's not an additional pricing, and it means that like it's included endless, let's say, recordings that you can have. So definitely you're gonna save costs on another tool if you were thinking about buying it, because it's already included there. And since Notion, it's a mostly PLG company, so product-led growth. I actually forgot to mention it, but of course, you get 14 days of free trial if you register and you are a new user. So, I mean, if I were you, I would definitely give it a try your next working week. Or actually, even if you have meetings or calls with your friends, but I don't know if it's very useful for an aperitivo. But definitely, I would definitely give it a try for one couple of weeks, and I would see, yeah, your life is gonna change very very fast. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. It was, I mean, I think meeting notes, this is something that everyone hates. And as long as, because like, there are like recently, I've been in so many, like when you're in a meeting and you're like, oh, one meeting assistant joining another. And sometimes you're like, oh, there is more meeting assistant. There are like people actually participating in the call. You're like, okay. But this is fantastic. I actually saw like a use cases that like a content creators, they go to the conference, they actually just tap it on the phone, so they start recording. So they like, of course, they ask the permission, like, can I record your voice and everything? And then they're just like, okay, I have so many interesting talks, but like if you like, sometimes you forget. And then she just pulled it into the Notion AI and it creates like all of this. And then she can, like, as you said, to repurpose it for the content or just to remember what you agreed with the person, right, on the specific topic. So I think this is just like beautiful, because especially if you use this as a workspace, so to have everything in one, this is, it's like not to switch between 24 tools and getting like overwhelmed and thinking like, oh my god, now I need to go there, I need to go there. So at the end of the day, it's all about choosing 1 2 3 tools and just stick to them, right, rather than like, okay, that was very insightful. So people who didn't know, I hope now you're gonna go and test it in the free version. I mean, like for 2 weeks, I think it's very generous, right? To see and like to decide if you really need it or not to upgrade it. But yeah, it was very insightful. So all of our viewers today, I'm gonna go and start record meetings. And reduce like this Phantom, Firefly, CLDV, or whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're like removing, the revenues.
Cut this when we're gonna put the replay. Probably this part.
Cool. Let's play a little game. To just, I mean, we just had a very intense educational material. So now we want to play a little bit of game. So I think everyone is familiar with the game this or that, right? So I'm telling you pizza or burger, and you say like burger or pizza. So we're going to play with Anna and Carmelo, but people actually can participate in the chat. So I'm going to give you 2 options. So the option number 1 is going to be, you can say either, for you need to choose the you tell, but the participants, they say 1 or 2. So
Okay.
so it's easier not to write the name. Okay, so I'm telling you, you have 5 seconds to reply, so don't think too much. And ladies go first. Let's go. AI drafts first, or you draft first?
I draft first.
Okay, Carmelo.
I draft first. Yes.
Okay. Listening the music while working, or silence?
Music.
Concerts, raves,
Oh, that's
concert raves. Yeah.
inbox 0 or archive everything to read later?
Inbox 0.
Zero. There is no other
Nobody likes
numbers.
1 million or
Yeah,
1,000.
yeah.
Okay. dark theme slides or light theme slides?
Light always. I
Okay,
hate
nice.
dark stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh my God, I know it seems like a person after the Lord of the Workflows could be like a dark theme girl. I'm like, okay, no, I'm super. I have everything in dark mode, but light, yeah, for Notion and calendars is light for forever. Yeah.
Okay. I have light during the day, but night during the night. So I'm adapting. So it's just
Interesting.
like mood, so setting it up because I think when, especially when you're working by night, if you don't have too much light, it's
Hmm.
nice that it's not very bright, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like because yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Single inbox or many inboxes?
Single inbox.
Yeah. I mean,
Too many inboxes, too much.
No.
no. I
Okay.
mean, I will add it later in case, no worries.
Notifications off or notifications on?
Let's say on, but the answer is depend on which
Which?
notifications. So on, but we forget half of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Focus time.
Focus
So
time with the
like
music, with the
usually
rave.
on, but focus time. So like I know that I have my time blocked and it's focus time, and I will read your text later. It's fine.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. AI images or real photos?
Real photos.
Yeah, I used to be a photographer, like real
So
photos.
no, no, no. No
Not yet.
cheating. And the last one, schedule send or send now?
Send now.
Schedule send. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I never schedule either, so I'm just like, okay, fine.
No.
I think I will just forget if I schedule. So that I
Same.
schedule and then I'm gonna write again.
Forget.
Yeah.
How is possible? No.
Okay, guys. So we talk about the present, right? We talk about what is existing right now. So let's a little bit speculate about the future and what do you think Notion can bring to their platform? Like, I mean, in terms
Hmm.
of AI capability, what do you think is really possible and what do you specifically want to have? Not
Hmm.
necessarily gonna happen.
Yeah. I'm not sure what do I want to specifically have. I mean, as in me, because
Mhm.
everything that we have so far for the level of AI that I use on my daily basis as a solo business owner with no team at all, it mostly covers it. But the last time that they, not so long ago, they just like relaunched Notion AI. And this time they relaunched it saying very strongly, Notion is an AI first platform. So I don't know what's cooking in there. Like we have actually, I think it's next week. It's the Make with Notion like breaking news like once a year. So for sure there's gonna be news in that. But of course they're like gonna invest in AI and more AI things are gonna come because like that was the main logo. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, to me, like, I mean, beside the last example of the failure, but I think it was just too much. I went just too much, and it was like the excitement of AI at the first. I was like, maybe too much. No, but I feel like sometimes this is like the thing that most of like newbie to Notion tells me, like database are difficult.
Mm.
Mm.
And now they just made it even more difficult because you can have two primary keys. I don't know if people who knows data knows what does it mean, but it's even more complex. And definitely, I wish they could, in order to make it more accessible for them, like for people to upload even a sketch or a table,
Hmm.
like what Figma already does, image to vector, so something
Mhm.
like that would be unbelievable. Notion, please listen. Santa Claus of Notion, like design to database. That would be, I mean, that would be feature killing for many other things, but definitely is gonna help a lot of people. Anna for first, to design people like easier, like
People.
You're
no,
the first
yeah.
one.
No, I was thinking no, but definitely these. And then yeah, just because I feel like Notion is not a trend follower, is a trendsetter. So definitely, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Yeah, stay tuned for another webinar about Notion.
Yeah, that's part two. Let's
Yeah, exactly.
we're
Coming
gonna
soon.
talk
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing a pretty good job. I think the function that they like really introduce into their platform, it's really useful for their like users. So it's not something
Mm.
like, oh, like it's AI, let's put it right. Of course they go under the hype, but if you look at this, it's something that is really useful for any
Mm.
profession. So no matter what, like if you're a business content creator or you're just using for work, it's really useful. So like who doesn't want AI meeting notes, right? It's like
Yeah.
who doesn't use it?
And actually, curiosity about Notion AI. I read an article from their Notion AI blog. They have a podcast, and they, of course, transcribe it and make articles for people who are busy and I cannot follow the entire conversation. And basically, they said that, linked to what you, Chris, said, like they didn't just put ChatGPT inside Notion. They literally build Notion AI system models. So, like inside Notion, for people who don't know, is like made of blocks. So like that you have the block, there is a button, the block, there is a quote, the block, there is a check mark. So all of those blocks have human features of behaving. So I know that an action item will have a check mark. I know that a bullet points must is more for summaries, etc., etc. So Notion AI, when you prompt a question, actually thinks through the Notion blocks logics. So we'll treat information in a different way. As
Mm.
you know that, like if I'm speaking to Chris, I'm saying, oh, quotes, like this is what they said, so I'm reporting that part entirely because I know that I cannot touch that part, because since it's a quote, it means that it's irrelevant as it is said. You're going to use a different tone of voice or another things to make it summarized. So I feel like the added value the Notion is providing in the AI field is going really above and beyond, and I really can't wait to see what's next. Yeah.
What's gonna happen next? Yeah. Okay, I address to the audience if they have any questions towards you. So please drop the questions. And I have a so while people are preparing themselves and like decided what they want to ask and don't want to be shy, I have some funny questions for you. Okay, so if your workspace were a theme park, what your theme gonna be in Notion, obviously?
I think that for me, as in the name of it, like the name of the
The
workspace.
theme, yeah, the own name, yeah, you can say like a name or theme. If like I don't know, it's like a West, Wild West or something like this. If you want,
Hmm.
it can be this kind of way. So, how do you envision your workspace?
I think that for me it would be something like roller coaster survival kit, because
Okay,
it's like not because the workspace is a roller coaster, but because it's the full kit. Like wherever you're going through, you're grounded in there. So yeah.
okay, that's a good one. I love it. Carmela.
For me, it's about spies. So, like, yeah, you have your
Hiding
secret
something there.
template as a gadget. You have like every project is a mission, and you need to complete it. You don't need to make stakeholders know that you didn't check the one thing, and like at the end of the day, everybody's gonna be alive and safe. So it's like that kind of yeah, bit of spy. So I'm also very minimalistic, so black and white, not too much. I'm very against to an unpopular opinion. I'm gonna just probably kill half of the audience. I'm not a huge fan of like having too much
Hmm.
colors. Colors are good when they're used for a function, not just because I want the Notion space to be pretty. Again, because we are not organized people at all. So yeah, imagine you are highlighting a book just because you want to add some colors. Like it's the same. You wouldn't do it. So yeah, spy theme definitely.
That's nice. I like it. That's a good one, actually. Yeah, and it's really suited, with the like a design and everything. So, okay, people. I think they don't have any questions. I don't see any questions. Ah, I have. Which AI Notion AI feature you name after yourself, and why? Which is close to you?
Hmm.
Deep
It's
philosophical.
super simple. Yes, that you went deep there. It's super simple, but I would say the minion thing, like being able to ask whatever you want, like ask ChatGPT, ask your minion from Notion. Because for me, it's like the whole purpose of Notion on a day-to-day basis. It's like all the information is there, so it's not on your brain, but you still need that information. So it's like you're doing something. Oh, how was that number? What was that called? Ah, okay, that's the thing that was called. So it's like your forever assistant. That for me, it's like a lifesaver. Yeah.
So we're gonna have AI Anna. AI, I can
Yeah.
kind of call it like Anna. Okay, Carmela.
To me, I don't know. Like it's very hard. So, I mean, don't cite me for these. Like I would change idea tomorrow probably. But probably again, either the buttons or the reminder function. The reminder function saved my very many times. So, like reminds are very useful, I would say, and also it works inside templates. So it automatically can remind you about something that you wanted yourself to be reminded.
Mhm.
Beautiful, like don't need to think,
Don't
and
forget
somebody will.
anything.
Yeah, in that time, yeah. But just because if you need to be reminded by something, at least you want yourself to remind yourself.
Yeah,
Good.
Carmelo.
Like it was all under
Carmelo.
control. I have the situation under control. Don't worry.
So in
So yeah.
Anna's case, Anna is talking with herself, right? And Carmelo reminding himself the things.
Yeah,
That's
Well,
the whole purpose of Notion.
exactly.
exactly. We have friends,
Okay,
guys. It's fine. We don't.
guys.
After this call. Uh,
Anyways, fantastic. Well, there was no questions. I think everything was pretty clear for people. So I remind again. So if you wanna learn more and go deeper, go to Shia platform. The Carmelo Anna prepared an amazing course. Exactly. So there, go there, there, whatever. So you see everything, how to set everything, how to work with everything, just step by step, and they can actually utilize it like directly in the same moment. So like the course is 1 hour max, and in 1 hour you become almost like Anna and Carmelo, almost. So guys, thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for being a part of SHI experts, right? Getting the amazing names. Do you remember them?
GTM
No.
Tactics. Come on, the Lord. I'm like, yes, GTM.
Lot of workspaces, witchcraft, something like that. Yeah.
Well, lore crafter of workspace.
That one. I will note it down.
Yeah, please, because now you're not Anna anymore. So yeah, thank you so much to being a part of SHI. Thank you so much for being like kind of the first wave of the experts, right? Because like we launched just recently, and thank you for being in this webinar and sharing your knowledge with the people who join us. And until the next time, the second part, and the Notion release new block of features. So we're gonna look at this more in deep.
I feel a new
Thank you.
course is gonna come out in 3 weeks because
So then we have to repeat.
Maybe.
Sorry. So we just like we set the timer.
remind new
Exactly,
course.
exactly, Carmelo. Please do it, okay? You remind yourself, and then you
Yeah,
remind us.
exactly.
So perfect. Thank you guys again, and we see everyone who wants to on the next Wednesday on another event on AI governance. So you're all welcome. So see you soon.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Chris.
Chris. Thank you, everybody.